welcome to another video. Hello. Okay. So today we're going to be taking another look at the first generation iPhone. The unboxing video wasn't very good. It was really short, and because I had my address in half of it, and I ended up running out of space on my iPhone. Because yeah, I used to record with my iPhone 5, and now I got myself a camera, which is the Panasonic Luminex TZ57 right here, which is what I'm going to be using to record YouTube videos on, which will be in HD video and really good focus. Zoom. Right. So, taking a look at this phone today. Here's the back of it. It is a metal, like an aluminum, just like all the other Apple products pretty much today. On this side here, we have the volume controls up and down, rocker switch here, just like the iPhone 6 and the iPads. With the mute switch, which just rocks up and down, very simple. And on the bottom here, we have the old style 30-pin dock connector, followed by the speaker and the microphone. The front of the iPhone it looks exactly the same, like here's an iPhone 5. Yeah, it's a little taller, but we've still got that home button. That's actually on. We've still got that home button and the power button on the top, which is nice. The headphone jack has been moved to the bottom. This headphone jack right here annoyed a lot of people because the actual jack itself is actually under the metal, so it's recessed, which means if you have big headphones, it won't plug into this iPhone. So that annoyed a lot of people. We also have our SIM card tray here. It's a full-size SIM. On this side we have absolutely nothing. This black thing here is the antenna bar for the 2G antenna and the Wi-Fi. Also the Bluetooth. But that's why it's also called the iPhone 2G. Apple didn't actually call it the 2G. That antenna inside was a 2G, so they called it the 2G. Here we have a camera, which is not the greatest, but is enough for a phone. It does not shoot video, just photos. You also can't focus, you know how we do the tap to focus, it doesn't work. It just doesn't have it. We still have a good shiny Apple logo, just like the iPhone 5 here, and obviously the 6. So it's been carried over since the first generation. This here is the 8GB model. It came in 4, 8 and 16 gigs. So that's the middle. And right now I'm going to be testing the speed of the device to boot up. So here we go, I got my iPhone 5 here with the timer, and I'm going to hold the power button, and as soon as the upload comes up, I'm going to start the timer. Alright, there we go. So we'll just see how long this thing takes to turn on. This is running iOS, or iPhone OS as it was back then, 2.1.2. I tried to update it to iOS 3.1.3, which is the latest iPhone OS that this thing can run, and I got a strange error saying that it couldn't back up, the file was corrupt or something. Apparently you just had to delete the backup, but since I just got this phone, I couldn't delete the backup. So that's going to be an entirely different video, because I'm going to be taking this into an Apple store and just seeing what their reaction to it as well, because it is a first generation iPhone and it wasn't released in Australia. So taking it into an Australian Apple store will be really weird. I just let that stop. I didn't even stop the timer. But there's the time right there. So yeah. Okay, so looking at the phone right here, as you can see, when you turn it on, it doesn't actually come up with this, the lock screen. It is still there, so if I turn it off, I'll turn it back on, the lock screen's still there. But when you turn it on, it boots straight into the home screen. So if you've used iOS 6 before, it looks kind of familiar. The dock is actually square, not the newer style 3D on your iOS 6, but we've gone back to that style, just like in OS 10, by having the square dock. So that's kind of cool. So pretty much basic iPhone here. I've installed an app. This is a game It's called Falling Balls. There's an actual thing you can type into Google that shows apps compatible with the first generation iPhone. You just type that into Google. The link for that will, like the thing you type in, will be in the description here. So you can just simply play the game here and dodge the balls. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I am dodging him. Alright, so that's pretty much that right there. So this only has 128 megabytes of RAM, so not nearly as much as the new iPad Pro, which has 4. So that's Apple's most powerful device today. So that's pretty much the iPhone first generation of the outside, and I guess we're into the OS already. So opening up the camera app here, so you can take pictures, as you can see, and then you can view your images. Now every time you get out of it, it actually closes the app completely. So if you double tap, it actually brings up the phone, and if you're playing music, it will bring up the music. So as you can see, it's playing. I can get out of it, and this is like the app that won't close, obviously, because you want to listen to your music while you're doing other things. So you can double tap here, and it brings up this menu, which allows you to adjust the volume with your slider, also pause and skip songs. You can also launch straight into the iPod app, or you can just close to dismiss. So you've got calendar. So pretty much most of these apps are still very familiar today. If you look at iOS 6, they're pretty much similar. iOS 7 has a new redesign from iOS 7 or later. This is actually iOS 9. But it's all roughly the same as today. The YouTube app doesn't work. Here, as you can see, you get the usual YouTube it doesn't work thing. I'm not even connected to a Wi-Fi, so let me just do that. Right here. There you go. So if we go ahead and tap on the video, I am currently downloading something, so it might mode. Okay, it doesn't want to play. It was playing a few days ago, but it's just the YouTube help saying that they've changed their, their website or whatever, so it doesn't actually work anymore. But you can still watch that one YouTube video. Right, getting across to the Messages app, which is called Text. So there's no iMessage or anything. It's pretty much just text message. You can't send photo messages either. We'll take a look at the settings app. So as you see, it has the square sliders rather than the rounded ones that we see today, and there's not a lot of settings you can change. You cannot change the wallpaper. It's just black. You can change the lock screen, but not the wallpaper. I don't know why. They didn't add that. I think it was till like iOS 4, or maybe it was iOS 3. I'm not sure. So down here we have the iTunes Store, which, you ready for it? Doesn't work. So yeah, that's kind of sad. It'd be good if it did. But what, it just crashed because it didn't work. But what does work is the App Store. So amazingly, after almost 9 years, the App Store still works, and you can download stuff that's compatible, obviously. But it all still works. It just says top 25, which has now been changed to a different text. Says I think it's top 100 or top charts. I think it's top charts now. But yeah, pretty much really weird looking App Store. If you're into the featured, it doesn't work. So they've obviously changed that. The app just crashes. But the rest of it works. So we have contacts, which is pretty much the same. The slide animation is really weird. It's really slow. But you got the phone app, which is pretty much phone app. Like that. So you can call it. Okay, call failed. And all that kind of stuff. You got email, which is pretty much like email today. You've got Safari, which works fine. It's a little slow and crashes sometimes, but let's load Google, see if that works. There we go, it's Google. It's a little slow because it's using old wireless technology, but you can get past it. And iPod. So that's pretty much the operating system. It's not quite what we see today. There's no notification center. There's lots of things that we have today that aren't in iOS 2 or iPhone OS 2. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little longer and a better quality than the previous open first generation video. So if you enjoyed the video, please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in another one of my videos.